Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I just saw parts of this interview that Piers Morgan did with Roseanne, and I think it's really sad. I think at this point, in my opinion, clearly Roseanne has mental illness problems, and she has for a while. And at this point, she's just being exploited for it. People are bringing her on and asking her opinion because they know she's going to say outrageous things and embarrass herself and get clicks and attention. And I feel she's just being exploited. And I think a lot of people who are extreme right and are believing in a lot of conspiracy theories and alternative realities, a lot of them, I think these people are mentally ill, and it takes sort of people with certain kinds of mental illness to sort of be susceptible to this and be sucked into these sort of ideas of alternative realities and alternative facts. And you can't tell these people anything. You can't explain anything to them. They don't believe in reality and science and facts. They just believe their belief is enough. If they believe in it, that's real. And I think that's a real sign in some people with mental illness. And I think it's really disturbing that instead of getting her help, like I think she needs, in my opinion, allegedly, because she's allegedly mentally ill, people are just exploiting it. So instead of people helping her, they're just using her for entertainment and clicks, and because she's a name. And also it's happening a lot with even, regular people who believe a lot of these, political culture war, conspiracy theory realities. People do interviews with them all the time, particularly people on the left, and just make fun of them because they embarrass themselves as soon as they start talking and they don't hear how they sound. It's just, it's sad, I think, that they're being exploited that way. Sad that they think that way and can't see reality, and the obviously the mental health care in America isn't taking care of these people. And I mean, Roseanne got cancelled because something that she said that I think she totally believed in one way and intended in one way, and didn't intend to be for it to be taken as racist, and it was, and she was cancelled over that. And I at the time didn't see it as an example of her being racist, but an example of her having mental illness problems and not seeing the world and not understanding really how she was going to be seen by people, because she couldn't really see things straight, I don't think. And it's really sad just to see someone that you sort of grew up respecting as an artist and sort of, loving, and to see them go on this sort of a decline and believe in the things that they believe in and say the things they're saying and be interviewed by people and be made fun of and exploited and become a joke and just be exploited and denigrated. And this is sad. It's probably the last video I'll make about Roseanne, because I feel like on some level I'm exploiting her too by talking about her. But no one's helping her. People are just talking about her and using her, and I think it happens a lot. And it's just really bad that you have, like, one of her things that she said was if she could find 4 things to confirm something she had heard, that she considered that evidence and proof, instead of actually seeking out actual evidence and proof and facts and reality. You can find a million people on Google that'll say the same thing, but do they believe it, or are they just saying it to manipulate other people that they can control? And it's just really sad that so many people do that. It's just we really need to help with mental illness services and education, and it's just a real worry because so many people are being sucked into the political debate and the culture wars, and they're being used and exploited, and it's just really disturbing. And it's really affecting mainstream politics, and the way America's going. People are being sold on this idea of a dictatorship because they don't like how things are, and they're being sold the idea that somehow these people will save them and it'll be better. And all these things that aren't true are there, that they're going to fight against it. It's just this giant mess. You can't even get into it. It's just a giant rabbit hole. But I just wanted to comment on that because I just thought it was sad, and I think people like Piers Morgan should be a bit more responsible and not speak to people like Roseanne, who are going to just embarrass themselves and say outrageous things. And I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it's performative. I think she really believes all this because she's that far down into it. But yeah, I just think it's sad, and I'm just going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this and how all this is sort of playing out in the media, and how bad it's going to get running up to the election and so forth, and what's going to happen after the election. Either way, it's just terrifying times I never saw coming when I was growing up. It's just really scary to see how things are, and how easily things that you take for granted can be taken away, and how things can change, and how important politics actually are, and how much they affect our everyday lives and our freedoms. It's just really disturbing. You don't appreciate it as you're growing up when you're a child, but then you sort of realize it more as an adult and see so many things change and realize just how vulnerable democracy and freedom is. It's just really, really scary. And how vulnerable people with mental illness are, and how little is done to help them, and how they're often exploited because these people are trying to exploit the weak and people below them. They can. It's just, I could keep talking about this all night, so I'm going to stop.